So you're thinking about moving or relocating to Columbus, Ohio, and trying to find out a little bit more about what it's like to live there. And maybe you want to learn a few of the local customs to help your transition. Well, having been born and raised in Columbus, there is no one better to fill you in. I'm going to let you in on a couple of things that will help make your move a little bit easier and fill you in on a couple of nuances about Columbus. Some of it will have to do with housing, and a couple will just basically help you get a little more acclimated to the city. So, let's go! But first, a quick introduction. My name is Mark Van Stein and I make videos about what it's like living in Columbus, Ohio. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. Some of the subjects I cover in my videos are things like the best schools, the best neighborhoods, areas, cost of living, so you can get a really good feel on what it's like to live here in the capital city. Do me a favor, if you enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up button down below. If you're interested in learning more about Columbus and its neighborhoods, please make sure you subscribe because I am dropping videos every week about not only about Columbus, but it's also its many suburbs as well. If you are thinking about relocating or moving here, please make your life a little easier and let me and my team help. I'm a licensed RE/MAX realtor and have been helping people relocate to Columbus for almost 2 decades now. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get a hold of me. My team and I are ready to help make your move a piece of cake. I literally get phone calls, emails, texts from people moving and relocating here every week, and we would love to help. So let's break this down and make sure you watch the very end because I've got a special surprise for you. First, most of the clothes dryers we use are electric, not gas. You might be asking yourself, Mark, why in the world do I care if Columbus uses electric clothes dryers?
Why should we care?
Well, I've just had too many clients who've paid to move their big, heavy gas dryers from wherever they're moving to Columbus just to be unable to use them. Now, a high percentage of homes do have natural gas in Columbus, so if you're in love with that dryer and want to pay to have a gas line run to the laundry room, that's definitely a possibility.
Oh, is it hot in here?
But depending on the circumstances, you might just want to leave it behind and purchase a new one. Now, I do occasionally run across homes that did have a gas line run to a utility room, a handful in the last 18 years, but the majority of them are electric. Staying on the subject of gas, let's talk about fireplaces. Most fireplaces have gas lines run to them if there is natural gas on the property. In my cost of living video on this channel, I describe the difference between gas heat and electric heat. If you're not familiar, it might be something you want to watch. But if the house has gas, be it natural or propane, builders will often run a gas line to the fireplace. Now, I have seen many homes that are all electric that at some point the homeowners put a propane tank on the property and ran a gas line to the fireplace or to the stove, but you know what? That's a little less common. There are 2 easy ways to tell what a fireplace will burn. If it's all masonry on the exterior, meaning from the ground to the roof, it will probably be wood burning with a gas line. If there's no masonry chimney and just a fireplace insert, it's probably just gas. You can tell if there's a gas line to the masonry fireplace by looking for the gas shut-off, which is usually on either side of the mantle or on the floor. Burning wood in a fireplace is very homey, but will leave an odor in your home, and there's definitely some additional maintenance involved. Number 3, most homes in Columbus have basements. Basements are fantastic. They are great for storage, or you can finish them for extra living space. You've probably heard the term man cave. I've had clients spend hundreds of thousands of dollars finishing basements with bars, theater rooms, in-law suites, wine cellars, you name it. However, some of the newer built patio homes and condos are built on slab, which at a certain price point is normal for that type of property. But if you are purchasing a freestanding home, I would definitely advise you purchase one that does have a basement. If you're coming from a region where homes just don't have basements, there are a couple of things you need to know. First, rate on gas is a big one. I won't discuss it in depth in this video. I go into it in several other videos on this channel. It's something you should do some research on. Another is water basement problems. It's easy to get water in a basement if all the drainage systems of the home are not working properly, meaning the gutters, the sump pump, the French drain system, the downspouts. Don't worry if a lot of this sounds foreign to you. I go into a great deal about all these systems with my clients if they're not familiar. The last thing when you're looking at a basement, you want to make sure that there are no foundation problems. We have a lot of hydro pressure in Central Ohio and a lot of bowing foundation walls, which again can be an issue. Again, I don't want to dive too deep into it. I can make a whole 10-minute video just on basements. I just want to make sure you are aware. Let's move away from housing and talk about the Columbus economy and jobs market. We are very lucky in Columbus to have a very diverse economy, strong jobs market. We're a little insulated here because we have two huge economic engines. The Ohio State University, which I'm going to talk more about a little bit later, and the fact that we are the state capital. Having both here gives us a lot of built-in job stability. We're also the national headquarters for several large companies: Nationwide Insurance, Winnie's International, Cardinal Health, Worthington Steel, the Limited Brands, just to name a few. Having so much diversity of industry is fantastic for the city's growth. Then you factor in Intel's $100 billion investment into Central Ohio. If you haven't heard, Intel is building the world's largest microprocessor chip facility here in Central Ohio, which is just exploding the growth out on the east side. And it's not just Intel's investment, but all the other companies that support Intel's manufacturing process as well. All of this investment and diversity of industry has really helped us through some of the more volatile markets. There just continues to be a lot of opportunity here in Central Ohio. Number 5 is that there is a lot of money here in Columbus, Ohio. All these national headquarters and self-made business people have brought a lot of wealth into Columbus. I've spoken about growing up in Columbus in other videos on this channel. I mentioned 30, 40 years ago, Columbus was a glorified cow town. But the last 4 decades, the city has really blown up. It's mostly what some people would describe as new money. There's a lot of this old manufacturing or industrial revolution money like you might have out on the East Coast or Pittsburgh or St. Louis. And for the most part, you wouldn't know it here. Columbus is a very casual city. It's not flashy like a Miami or an LA. The guy or gal standing next to you in flip-flops and a cutoff in the grocery store line might be worth $100 million. It's just the way it is here. Number 6 is the Ohio State University. Now, full disclosure, I'm an alumni and I will have nothing but good things to say about the university. But there are several things that you must know prior to moving here. First, that this is very much a football city. College football, that is. If you've been online looking at homes, you may have seen a lot of red in bedrooms and basements. Well, first, that color is not red, it's scarlet. Ohio State colors are scarlet and gray. You'll also see the Block O logo everywhere. People build it into their patios, paint it on their garage floors, walls, bedrooms, I mean everywhere. Staying on football, the college football season usually runs from Labor Day to the weekend after Thanksgiving. That's that last weekend we play Michigan, or as they're referred to in Columbus, Ohio, as the team up north. Home games will get about 100,000 plus people down around the campus area and Upper Arlington. So if you are not attending the game that day, I would advise you stay out of the area. The traffic is awful and they shut down some of the streets around the stadium. In general, on Saturday afternoons in the fall, I would avoid planning anything unless you don't like football. Then it is a great time to go out and get some shopping done because most people are either watching the game on TV or they're down at the game. If you are planning a party or a wedding in the fall, please check the football schedule. I went to a friend's wedding a few years ago, which was on the same day as a big game, and during the reception, half the guests ended up in the bar away from the reception watching the game on TV. I felt really bad because the bride's family had no idea. But again, it's just something that you need to be aware of. Also, many party venues will get booked very quickly on the football team's bye week in the fall. Finally, you'll hear people walking around here going, OH, and then other people responding, IO. This is one of Ohio State's cheers, and if you live in Columbus, you are obligated to respond. Lastly, number 7, what the heck is a Buckeye anyhow? Ohio State is known as the Buckeye, and the Buckeye tree is the state of Ohio's official tree. It grows a nut which kind of looks like a chestnut, which is called a Buckeye. They're poisonous and don't have any commercial value to my knowledge. You'll see the trees throughout central Ohio, and the nuts develop in the late summer and fall, and people will actually go out and harvest them and turn the nuts into necklaces, and that's about their only use. There is another type of bucket that is quite delicious. This is a chocolate and peanut butter candy, which you will see at parties and in many stores, which is very edible. It tastes a little bit like a Reese's peanut butter cup, as in the shape of a Buckeye. So if you come across these Buckeyes, make sure that you indulge. Hopefully this video helped you learn a little bit more about Columbus, Ohio. Like I mentioned earlier, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you are moving or relocating to Columbus, make sure you give myself and my team a call. We love helping people relocate to the area. And like I mentioned, I've been doing it for a long time. It is so very important that you have a professional realtor helping you purchase in Columbus, because you really want to make sure you not only buy a nice home, but you also make a very good investment. You can call, text me, email me. My information is at the end of the video and down below. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos on what it's like to live in Columbus, Ohio. OH! Did you go? IO? If you didn't, don't worry, you'll get it.